Odesa. It's a city that grabs you by the soul and doesn't let go. We're talking cobblestone streets, beautiful architecture, and a vibe that's impossible to find anywhere else. Founded in the late 18th century, this place has seen it all. Empires rise and fall, revolutions come and go, but through it all, Odesa has maintained its unique character. It's a melting pot of cultures, a place where East meets West, and where history is literally around every corner. Walking through Odesa is like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the echoes of merchants bargaining in the old port, the laughter of families strolling along Primorsky Boulevard, the music of street musicians filling the air. This city was a key port in the Russian Empire, a gateway for trade and culture, and that legacy is still visible today. But Odesa isn't stuck in the past. It's a vibrant, modern city with a thriving arts scene, delicious food, and a nightlife that will keep you going until dawn. Alright, let's talk about one of Odesa's most iconic landmarks, the Potemkin Stairs. These aren't your average stairs, people. We're talking 192 steps, stretching over 370 feet, and offering breathtaking views of the city and the Black Sea. Made famous in the classic film Battleship Potemkin, these stairs have become a symbol of Odesa itself. Whether you're climbing them for the exercise or just to soak in the views, the Potemkin Stairs are an absolute must-see. Now here's a fun fact. The Potemkin Stairs are an optical illusion. From the bottom, they look much longer and steeper than they actually are. It's a trick of perspective that adds to their grandeur. And trust me, walking down these stairs is an experience in itself. You feel like you're descending into the heart of the city. But don't worry, there's a funicular if you don't feel like braving all those steps. Alright guys, you know me, I love exploring cities on foot, right? But some places deserve more than just a stroll. The Odesa Opera House stops you in your tracks. It's like stepping into an old-school movie with grandeur and elegance. You walk up these massive steps and those doors swing open, hitting you with history. Centuries of performances, artists pouring their hearts out. You can feel the energy. It's the kind of place that makes you want to whisper. Gold leaf, velvet chandeliers, sensory overload in the best way. The craftsmanship and attention to detail are mind-blowing. We build for efficiency now, but this was built for awe. And the acoustics. Don't even get me started. Whether it's a full orchestra or a single soprano, the sound wraps you up. It's an experience that stays with you long after the curtains close. Now I know what you're thinking, opera ballet, that's not really your thing, right? Listen, I get it. But here's the thing about the Odesa Opera House. It's not just about the performance, it's about the experience. It's about being transported to another time, another world, even if it's just for a few hours. Imagine this. You're dressed to the nines, feeling good. You grab a glass of champagne at intermission, mingling with the crowd. There's an energy in the air, a sense of occasion. It's like stepping outside your everyday life and into something special, something you don't forget easily. And the performances themselves, they're world-class. No joke, these dancers, these singers, they're at the top of their game. The amount of talent and dedication that goes into each performance, it's mind-blowing. You don't have to be a die-hard opera fan to appreciate that kind of skill, that kind of passion. So, bottom line, if you're in Odesa, you gotta, and I mean gotta, experience the Opera House. Get tickets to a show, take a tour, just go soak it in. Trust me, it's one for the books. Okay, so we've done the historical stuff, the fancy stuff. Now let's talk about something everyone loves. Beaches. Odesa's got beaches for days, and they're not your average, run-of-the-mill beaches either. We're talking golden sand, crystal clear water, and that Black Sea breeze. It's the perfect escape from the city buzz. What I love about Odesa's beaches is the vibe. It's not just about laying out and catching some rays, although you can totally do that too. There's this energy, this buzz that's contagious. People playing volleyball, kids building sandcastles, Music pumping from beach bars. It's got something for everyone. And the best part? These beaches are right on the city's doorstep. You can literally walk from the bustling city center to the sandy shores in a matter of minutes. Talk about the best of both worlds, right? One minute you're exploring historic streets, the next you're diving into the cool, refreshing waves. Whether you're looking to relax, soak up the sun, or party with friends, Odesa's beaches have got you covered. Just don't forget your sunscreen because that Black Sea sun, it's no joke. Now, I know some of you are thinking, beaches, they're all the same, right? Wrong. Odesa's beaches have got personality. They've got character. Take Arcadia Beach, for instance. This place is a non-stop party, especially at night. Clubs, bars, restaurants, it's where the young and the restless come to let loose. Then you've got Lanzarote Beach, a little more laid back, perfect for families. Think playgrounds, water sports, and plenty of space to spread out and relax. And if you're looking for something a little more off the beaten path, check out Dolphin Beach. It's a bit quieter, a bit more secluded, perfect for a romantic stroll or a peaceful afternoon reading a book. But here's the thing about Odesa's beaches. It's not just about the sand and the sea, it's about the people. The locals are incredibly welcoming, always up for a chat or a laugh. And the food? Forget about it. Fresh seafood, grilled meats, juicy fruits. It's a culinary adventure waiting to happen. So, whether you're a beach bum or a city slicker, make sure you carve out some time to experience Odesa's incredible coastline. Trust me, it's an experience you won't forget. Alright guys, the sun's dipped below the Black Sea. The sky's painted in 1,000 shades of orange and pink. You know what that means? It's time for Odesa to come alive. This city, man, it knows how to party. From underground clubs to swanky rooftop bars, Odesa's nightlife scene is off the chain. What I love about it is the energy, man. It's like the whole city's buzzing with this electric current, this need to let loose and have a good time. People are dressed to impress, the music's pumping, and the drinks are flowing. It's impossible not to get swept up in the excitement, and the best part? There's something for everyone. Whether you're into techno, house, hip-hop, or even live jazz, Odesa's got you covered. You can dance the night away in a packed club, sip cocktails with a view from a rooftop bar, or chill with friends at a cozy pub. The choices are endless. So, if you're heading to Odesa, pace yourself, because this city's nightlife scene is not for the faint of heart. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But trust me, it's a marathon worth running. Navigating Odesa's nightlife can be overwhelming, especially if you're new in town. Here's the inside scoop on where to go and what to expect. First, check out Ibiza Beach Club. It's legendary. Located on the beach, it's the ultimate summer party spot. DJs spin all night and the vibe is electric. It's a night you won't forget. For a laid-back vibe, head to Dizengoff. Perfect for chilling with friends and sipping craft beers. They also have live music on certain nights. For sophistication, check out the M1 Club Hotel rooftop bar. Stunning city views and a sophisticated crowd. Odesa's nightlife has something for everyone. So grab your friends and get ready for a night to remember. Alright guys, let's talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, food. And trust me, Odesa does not disappoint. This city is a melting pot of cultures, and that's reflected in its food scene. You've got Ukrainian classics, Russian influences, Jewish specialties, and a whole lot more. It's like a symphony of flavors just waiting to be explored. Now, I'm a firm believer that the best way to experience a new place is through its food. And in Odesa, that means diving headfirst into the local markets. Picture this. Vibrant stalls overflowing with fresh produce, the aroma of spices filling the air, vendors hawking their wares with infectious energy. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. And the best part is, you don't have to break the bank to eat like a king in Odesa. Street food is king here, from savory pies called chebureki to fluffy serniki pancakes. And if you're looking for a sit-down meal, there are countless restaurants serving up traditional Ukrainian dishes like borscht and vareniki. Trust me guys, your taste buds will thank you. Odesa is a food lover's paradise, and I'm not exaggerating. So come hungry, come curious, and prepare to be amazed by the culinary delights this city has to offer. Now, if you're looking for some specific recommendations, I got you covered. First up, you gotta try the borscht. It's like the national soup of Ukraine, and for good reason. This hearty beetroot soup is packed with flavor, and every grandma in Odesa has her own secret recipe. Next, we have vareniki, little dumplings filled with everything from potatoes and cheese to meat and mushrooms. They're like the Ukrainian version of pierogies, and they're absolutely delicious. I could eat a whole plate of these bad boys, no problem. And if you're in the mood for something a little more adventurous, try the forschmack. It's a traditional Jewish dish made with chopped herring, onions, and apples. Sounds strange, I know, but trust me, it's surprisingly delicious. And for dessert, you gotta go for the nalesniki. These thin pancakes can be filled with sweet or savory ingredients, but my personal favorite is the classic combination of cottage cheese and raisins. It's like a warm hug in your mouth. Alright guys, get ready to explore the hidden underbelly of Odesa, the catacombs. This sprawling network of tunnels stretches for thousands of kilometers beneath the city streets, and it's a place that's both fascinating and a little bit eerie. Now, these aren't your typical touristy catacombs. We're talking about a labyrinthine maze that's shrouded in history and mystery. These tunnels were originally mined for building materials, but they've served many purposes over the years. During World War II, they provided shelter for resistance fighters hiding from the Nazis. Today, you can explore a small section of the catacombs with a guide. You'll learn about the history of the tunnels, hear stories of the people who lived and fought here, and maybe even feel a shiver down your spine as you navigate the dimly lit passageways. Just a heads up, the catacombs aren't for the claustrophobic. But if you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path adventure and a glimpse into Odesa's hidden history, this is definitely worth checking out. Now, I'm a sucker for a good story, and the Odesa catacombs are full of them. One of the most fascinating stories I heard down there was about the time a group of schoolchildren got lost in the tunnels. They were down there for days, and the whole city was on edge waiting for news. Another story that stuck with me was about the resistance fighters who used the catacombs as a base of operations during the war. They would sneak out at night to sabotage the Nazis, then disappear back into the shadows. It's pretty incredible to think about the bravery and resilience of those people. But the catacombs aren't just about history and war stories. There are also rumors of strange creatures living in the tunnels, and some people even claim that the catacombs are haunted. Now, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but I will say that there's a certain energy down there that's hard to explain. So, whether you're a history buff, an adventure seeker, or just looking for a unique and unforgettable experience, the Odesa catacombs are definitely worth a visit. Now, if you think Odesa is all beaches and nightlife, think again. This city is bursting with art, history, and culture, and its museums and galleries are a testament to that. From fine art to archaeological treasures, there's something to pique everyone's interest. One of my favorite museums in Odesa is the Archaeological Museum. It's housed in a beautiful 19th century building and is home to a vast collection of artifacts from the region's rich history. We're talking ancient Greek pottery, Scythian gold, and even some Roman mosaics. It's like taking a trip back in time. Then there's the Odesa Fine Arts Museum, which houses a stunning collection of Ukrainian and Russian art. From iconic paintings to intricate sculptures, you'll be blown away by the talent and creativity on display. And for something a little different, check out the Literary Museum. It's dedicated to the life and works of famous Ukrainian writers, and it's a great place to learn about the country's literary heritage. But Odesa isn't just about preserving the past, it's also a hub for contemporary art. The city is home to a thriving street art scene, with colorful murals and thought-provoking graffiti adorning many buildings. It's like an open-air art gallery just waiting to be explored. And then there are the smaller, independent galleries that are popping up all over the city. These galleries showcase the works of up-and-coming artists, and they're a great place to discover new talent and maybe even pick up a unique souvenir. One of my favorite things about Odesa's art scene is its diversity. You've got everything from traditional Ukrainian art to cutting-edge contemporary works. And the best part is, you don't have to be an art expert to appreciate it. So whether you're a seasoned art enthusiast or just looking for a dose of culture, be sure to check out Odesa's museums and art galleries. You won't be disappointed. Alright, so you've explored the Potemkin stairs, caught a show at the Opera House, chilled on the beaches, maybe even ventured into the catacombs. You've definitely worked up an appetite and you've definitely earned yourself some souvenirs. Odesa is a city that just oozes cool vibes, and you better believe you can find some seriously unique and authentic souvenirs to take back home. Forget those mass-produced tchotchkes. We're talking about stuff that'll actually spark conversations and make people say, "Whoa, where'd you get that?" First up, let's hit up the markets. Privoz Market is like the beating heart of Odesa. It's a sensory overload in the best way possible. Sights, sounds, smells, you name it. You can find everything here from handmade crafts and antiques to traditional Ukrainian clothing and artwork. Trust me, get lost in the maze of stalls, haggle with the vendors, and soak up the atmosphere. It's an experience you won't forget. And hey, you might even find a hidden gem or two. Okay, now if you're looking for something a little more, shall we say, refined, Odesa's got you covered. Head over to Deribasovskaya Street, a pedestrian street that's basically Odesa's answer to the Champs-Élysées. This place is lined with high-end boutiques, designer stores, and fancy cafes. You can find everything from international brands to local Ukrainian designers. It's the perfect place to treat yourself after a long day of exploring. And hey, even if you're not in the mood to splurge, it's still worth taking a stroll down Deribasovskaya Street. The architecture is stunning, the people watching is top-notch, and the energy is just infectious. So whether you're on the hunt for souvenirs or just want to experience the city's vibrant shopping scene, Odesa has something for everyone. Just be sure to bring an extra suitcase for all the goodies you're gonna find. Alright, let's talk logistics. Getting around Odesa is pretty easy. They've got trams, buses, and marshrutkas, which are basically minibuses. They're cheap, they're frequent, and they'll get you pretty much anywhere you need to go. Now, a little pro tip for you, download a translation app before you go. Trust me, it'll come in handy, especially when you're trying to navigate public transportation or order food. Speaking of food, let's talk money. Ukraine uses the hryvnia, and you'll get a much better exchange rate if you exchange your cash once you're there. ATMs are everywhere, so you don't need to carry around wads of cash. And hey, don't forget to haggle. It's part of the culture, especially at markets and with taxi drivers. Now, safety first, right? Odesa is generally a safe city, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. Just like in any other big city, be aware of your surroundings, especially at night and in crowded areas. Don't flash your cash around and keep your valuables safe. It's always a good idea to have travel insurance just in case. Now, let's talk a little bit about cultural etiquette. Ukrainians are generally warm and welcoming people. A little bit of effort goes a long way. Learning a few basic Ukrainian phrases like hello and thank you will definitely impress the locals. Oh, and one more thing. When you're invited to someone's home, it's customary to bring a small gift like flowers or chocolates. So there you have it, guys. The ultimate guide to Odesa, Ukraine. From the iconic Potemkin stairs to the hidden gems tucked away in the city's back streets, Odesa is a city that will surprise you at every turn. It's a city that's steeped in history, culture, and a whole lot of charm. I know I left a piece of my heart in Odesa, and I'm willing to bet you will too. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. And as always, stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.